Boom, one more time. All right. This is The Wire, Season 3, Episode 9. And it looks like the roof is coming in on all of our characters. Well, a few characters. I guess I'll save Presbeluski for the end. I think I said his name right, too. Anyway, I guess I'll save him for the end. But so far in this episode, the police are making a lot of waves, right? I guess it's one thing that's burning. It's really bothering me. I have to talk about this. So, you got the major, that character, and this free zone or Amsterdam, whatever you want to call it, he's set up. It's coming apart at the seam, but not the way you would think it would. Not from the individual you think it would. I mean, there is a situation where somebody winds up getting shot in the free zone and kind of like messes everything up. But other than that, you have the police officers themselves like, this isn't how you police. I don't like this. I don't want to do this. You got guys calling the newspaper all things. It's just like, oh. For all the bad and all the chaos and horror that place has created, it's only really affected one person. The little old lady who refuses to leave, which I can understand. She's paid that house off, and, she lived in a house all her life, well, the majority of her life, raised kids, all that good stuff. I can understand all that, but she doesn't want to leave. I understand that completely. That's pretty much the only person that's hurting, besides all the people who are in the grips of a vice, or don't know any better, or who are selling the vice. Whatever that vice might be, there's everything going on down there. Believe me, watching some of those, watching the small clips that they put out, except for the one scene they chose to, which was fantastically done, I might add, that they chose to do to depict what was going on down there. I think that was very, very good. Can't remember if it was one scene or a whole episode, but anywho, the police themselves are just tired of policing in this manner, or for their lack of policing. So one of them, he did, and it's one of our old friends too. What's his name? It's Herc. It's Herc. Yeah, Herc. That guy decides to call the newspaper. Like, jeez, don't mess it up. After his partner Elias decides to move a body out of that area in order to keep it quiet. I'm interested to see where that goes. That one was kind of bothering me a little bit, how that's unfolded. There's a lot of things in here that bother me a little bit in this episode. But anyway, the next one, this one doesn't bother me. Cuddy, he's changed his name to his government name. Well, he's going by his government name. Not to say he changed it. He's going by his government name. He's moving forward with this boxing gym. And man, I think, programs like that are such a help to, there's such a help to a community where kids don't have anything else. You can box, karate, taekwondo, learn how to play pool, basketball, football, tennis, whatever. As long as a kid is occupied with something else other than what's available in the streets, I think they will be all right in life. You teach them how to be a whole human, or you give them those tools in order to make it in life later on. You know what I mean? It's just a necessary thing, and especially in impoverished areas. But, a lot of that stuff is just not even available, even in well-to-do areas in today's America. But that's enough of that. I don't want to get too deep in there to that conversation. But, watching him go through the whole process, and it's so overwhelming, and they use this word bureaucracy. It's just... And the funny thing about it is, the same times this Cuddy character is going through this, Stringer's going through it as well, but he's going through it with these building permits and paperwork and stuff like that, trying to go all the way, air quote, legit, and he's running through all type of issues. I'm waiting to see him bring some of that street, what is it? Not street justice. I'm waiting to see him bring some of that problem solving that he used in the streets to this side. It'll shake those boys up and give them what they deserve, really, because they're just being a-holes at this point. I'm trying not to curse as much. Hopefully, see how long that lasts. I jumped over Cuddy, but I think I said all I need to say about him. Then you want to. I want to switch over now. So I brought up Stringer, so I might as well talk about that character. So yeah, he's going through his own issues with the white collar world, I guess, or the good side. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. He's going through a lot with them, but he's also being hounded by Dee's mother, which happens to be Avon's sister, and that Dee was his all family ties, right? He's dealing with the fact that he had Dee murdered, and he's trying to like just survive because she's gonna do something to him once she finds out that he did it. You know she's gonna do something to him, and I'm waiting to see what that's gonna be because it's getting close to the end of the season, and things are already wrapping up. Like I said when I first opened the video, it really looks like the ceiling's coming down on some of these guys. But to stay on the topic of Stringer, he okayed a hit on Omar, but apparently there's a truce or unwritten rule or a written rule, if you will, about doing business on Sundays. He was taking his grandma to church. Omar was. These two dudes come out, typical fashion, just pulling that trigger, emptied 16, 17 shots into the back of a cab. Guess what? Nobody got hurt. That bad. People got scratched up, but nobody got hurt. His grandma's school and Omar's school. Can you believe that? And now everybody's all in a hubbub about that because, like, yeah, they say in this episode, it's been that way since before people actually start hustling. It's like it's been like that forever, and y'all broke that rule. So now it's like, man, we can't mess with y'all no more. This is what it looks like. And of course, Avon is still on his warpath, trying to knock down this younger gentleman, and it's like not really working in his favor. He's really messing up things for everybody. But anywho, see what else I can do. I guess I could talk about McNulty. McNulty is I didn't give an overview of this episode, huh? Well, I guess let me finish with McNulty. So McNulty has definitely met his match in this young lady that he's dealing with now, but she's more. It's interesting to see the contrast between both of them. And he's basically labeled as a ladies' man or a brute or less educated, and she's like ambitious, high class, well educated young woman. Their contrast is very interesting to see them. These two characters, like, I guess, coexist. I don't know how to put it. Of course, it's going to be interesting to see where that goes as well. Let me see if I can give an overview of this episode before I get too caught up in it. Because there's only one more thing I really want to talk about. But anyway, so overall, the episode it's flowing pretty good. I mean, the cops they're still moving along. They're getting a lot of good. They're getting a lot of good intel. They're getting some decent breaks as far as the police work is concerned, but it winds up falling apart. Well, not necessarily falling apart. It winds up they wind up losing a key member. But there's different elements in that, of course, because you got the cops that are dealing with the incident that happened in Amsterdam, as far as the cops that are related to Major, and then you have the incident that involves the main cast and crew, McNutty and Kima and the lieutenant. Those guys. I guess I'll just go ahead and mention it. Presbeluski winds up actually killing somebody this time, and it happens to be an undercover police officer in plain clothes. Happens to be black, so that race car is going to get thrown out there, and it's just like, oh man. I had to stop watching for a second. Like, I can't believe it, because things are moving pretty smooth up until that point, and I was like, oh no, man, he had to go out like that, right? Let's see what else happens in this episode. So once we get past that, you have you have the situation with Stringer that I mentioned earlier. That's going on along with Avon and of course the Omar shooting or attempted murder and injuring his grandma. You got that too going on in this episode. But overall, it's a pretty busy episode. Can't complain. It was one of the better episodes. But these episodes closer towards the end of these seasons tend to be very, very good. I mean, they satisfy on so many different levels. But I'm interested, of course, always interested to see what's going to happen in the next episode. Hopefully you enjoy me ranting for the last 9-10 minutes in basically mini tangents. And if you like that, I've got 2-3 more seasons of The Wire. I've got Breaking Bad. I've got Mandalorian, which I didn't like, which I will keep mentioning that I didn't like every time I bring it up. I've got some movies on there as well. So go check out my other videos and subscribe.